Has anyone here made a happy noise today? And by that I mean, Mary Jo has raised her hand, yes. By that I mean, have you praised anyone? Have you told someone that what they did was good? Or has anyone made a happy noise in your direction? Have you heard from someone that you did something well? I'd like you to think about that while I discuss a few other things. In Toastmasters, of course, we get evaluated, or our presentations are evaluated. And in general, we hear praise for what we have done. And when we have suggestions for improvement, they're most usually couched in a very positive and uplifting manner, so that once we have done our thing and get our feedback, we feel good about it. When someone has made a happy noise in our evaluation. Alex Haley, the author that wrote the book Roots, is everybody familiar with that? It was a miniseries on TV, very famous and long-lasting effect on our world, I think, this idea of going back and searching for your roots. He was said to have lived his entire life according to these words: find the good and praise it.
Find the day and praise.
Find the good and praise it. Very simple idea for living your life. Find the good and praise it. I was first introduced to that particular phrase in a writing class taught by Bill Downing. This was maybe 22, 23 years ago. And when it came to critiquing the writing, he always reminded us to find the good and praise it. Because believe me, writers are great lovers of nitpicking and finding what's wrong, and you should have done that, and that's the wrong word, and your grammar is, Writers are the toughest. They haven't had Toastmasters training. They don't necessarily automatically find the good and praise it. And especially when people are thinking about their own writing, there's usually a really harsh critique on one's own writing. But Bill Downing always said, find the good and praise it. And so we did. We would listen for what is it about that story that caught our interest? When did we become engaged? What did we like about the characters? What was interesting about the storyline? What made us keep wanting to read on? And when we gave feedback to our fellow writers using this principle of finding the good and praise it, people tended to do more of whatever that good thing was, and their writing tended to get better. So it didn't matter if we complained about their excessive use of adjectives, their cacophony of adverbs. It did not matter, because once people heard what they were doing well, they knew how they could do more of that. Recently I received an email. It was a very carefully written letter. And it came from a woman named Linda Logel. Now, I have no idea really who Linda Logel is or was, except she explained to me that we had met about 20 years ago at a writing conference. She said, you said some really nice things about my writing. And furthermore, you published one of my poems in one of your anthologies, which apparently I had done. I did not remember this person. I did not remember this experience. If Linda Logel were to walk into the room today, I would not know her. But she went on to tell me about the books she had written, the involvement she has had in the writing community. She lives in San Diego. She has taken upon some publishing projects of her own and published other people's works in a group. She's led a writing guild, and she's put together about maybe a half a dozen books in the 20 years since I spoke with her. And she said, what you said at that conference, what you said to me, gave me the confidence to do this. And I thought, wow, that is weird. 20 years ago, I said something to someone. It affected them. It affected their life. It enabled them to do what they wanted to do. And what did it cost me? I don't even have a memory of doing this. I thought, wow, I could do this every day. I could find the good and praise it. How hard is that? It costs nothing. So I'd like to ask you again to think about your day, or maybe your recent days. Who said something nice to you, and how did that feel? And what nice things did you say to someone else? I think it's worth thinking about and doing positively, not just by the accident of happening to like something, but to consciously find the good and praise it and make a happy noise. Mr. Toastmaster.